Hello everyone, welcome to SwitchUp as we once again have a look at some of the games releasing for the Switch and the Switch 2 in this upcoming week. In terms of dates, we're going from the 15th of November up until the 21st to see if there's anything releasing that's worth your time and money. So which games are releasing this week? Well, let's find out. Let's start with a game that's already out. This is Xenotilt Hostile Pinball Action. This is a sequel to Demon's Tilt, which released a few years back, and is a fantasy pinball game with some bullet hell mechanics. It features a three-tiered playfield, a ship named the Samaritan, with an infestation of aliens that you'll need to try and take down. There's opportunities for multi-ball, a time attack mode, a hardcore mode, and bosses to take down along the way. I've played a bit of this one and I did enjoy it actually. I do like pinball games, digital pinball games. These games, I believe, are spiritual successors to the Crush pinball series. You had Alien Crush and Devil's Crush, which released in 1990. I think there may have been another one, but Devil's Crush is the one that I remember the most. This one is already out, as I mentioned, and it sells for £17.99 or your regional equivalent. Let's move on to the games coming out this week then, and the first of those is INDIKA, which I have seen certainly on the PlayStation 5, potentially on Windows and Xbox Series X or S. It's a third-person, story-driven game set in an alternative Russia where it says religious visions clash with harsh reality. It tells the story of a young nun who sets off on a journey of self-discovery with the most unusual, horn-headed companion by her side. It says you need to guide INDIKA, the nun, to find answers one by one before she can finish her life-defining odyssey. I do believe this has got quite decent scores elsewhere. As I mentioned, I have seen it on sale for the PS5 a couple of times. It sells for £22.49 or your regional equivalent, but you can get 10% off of that price up until launch day. Next we have Forestrike, which is a martial arts roguelite inspired by classic martial arts movies, where every fight is unique and every death brings you closer to victory. It goes on to say that you embark on a journey across the country to free the Emperor from an evil admiral's influence. It mentions that the further you go, the more powerful you'll become, learning new techniques from 5 eccentric masters that provide permanent upgrades. There is a technique called Foresight, which is a game mechanic that lets players experiment without consequence before fighting for real, and the roguelike game loop generates unique runs and encounters every time. This is published by Devolver Digital, and we say it pretty much every time they release a game. They do have such a good track record for finding these little gems in terms of the games and the developers that they uncover. And it will sell for just £8.99 when it releases on the 17th, and it does have a demo if you want to give it a try first.
Before the actual fight ever happens. Combat in Forestrike is fluid, tactical, and most importantly, consistent. Whatever move you make, your opponents will always have the same response.
Also this week we have Spongebob SquarePants Titans of the Tide. Here it says a clash between the Flying Dutchman and King Neptune has unleashed ghostly mayhem all over Bikini Bottom. SpongeBob and Patrick will need all their skills, bravery and wit to return life to what passes for normal in their undersea home. It says you can switch between SpongeBob and Patrick, combining unique platforming skills between the two, or you can master Patrick's brand new skills like grappling and burrowing to help you through levels. It's voice acted by the original cast of the show, it says here, and you'll visit iconic locations such as Neptune's Palace and Mount Bikini. I don't know a lot about SpongeBob. My young son just recently got into it, so I've seen a bit more of it than I'd ever seen before. I'm sure he'd like this game, that's for sure. It's £34.99. This is a Switch 2 release, sorry I should have said, and it releases on the 18th, and it's another game that does have a demo if you want to give it a try.
She told us that there's treasure deep in the jungle.
What are we waiting for?
Why, it's perfect, you morons!
Okay, we also have MORSELS. This comes via Annapurna Interactive, and it calls itself a fast-paced creature collecting roguelite with a rotating roster of characters to switch between at will. You'll need to overcome a clique of killer cats as you fight your way out of the sewers in this unique action-packed journey. That's as much as the blurb says, and there isn't a trailer on the eShop. There are some screenshots which look as if it's some sort of top-down adventure game. Has quite a distinct art style. Looks like it has some sort of grain effect judging by the screenshots. I don't know if that translates over to the trailer or indeed the game itself. But it's £11.99 or your regional equivalent, and again this one's out on the 18th. Okay, then we have Kirby Air Riders. This one releases on the 20th of November, and it says you'll need to charge, boost and spin to attack your rivals in fast-paced vehicle action featuring Kirby and crew. Pick your rider, pick your machine and mount up for competition. Take on your rivals in frantic arena battles or fast-paced races on the ground and in the air. You can choose from a variety of riders like Kirby, Meta Knight, King Dedede, and others from a variety of Kirby games. And the machines at your disposal include the Warp Star, Wheelie Bike, Chariot, and more. Again, we're looking at Nintendo's new standard price, it seems, for their releases, £58.99, and it's another game out on the 20th if you are interested. Next is R-Type Delta HD Boosted, which is a remaster of R-Type Delta, which released back in 1998 on the PlayStation, I believe it was. It says this HD boosted version also includes brand new optional tracks composed by Masahiko Ishida, the USP sound team who wrote the music for the original version, and Chris Holzbeck, who needs no introduction really, created some fantastic music throughout the years in video games, going all the way back to systems such as the Commodore 64 and the Amiga. It features high-resolution graphics that hone the polygonal edges of this PlayStation masterpiece, so yes, it was the PlayStation, until they're sharp enough to cut glass, it says. And this version of the game also comes equipped with a new practice mode for those of you who want to polish your skills until they are as sharp as the resolution itself. I never played this one. I've played a fair few of the R-Type games over the years. Super R-Type or R-Type 3, one of the Super Nintendo ones was the one I played the most, and one of the Game Boy ones as well, strangely enough. But this one's also out on the 20th and will cost you £20.69 or again your regional equivalent. The penultimate game for the week is Revival Recolonization. This is a 4X strategy game where the world and its rules can change at key moments, creating a deep and highly replayable experience according to the blurb. You'll explore a transformed planet, negotiate or conquer new territories, and bring the light of civilization to regressing human colonies in order to prepare mankind for war with a despotic enemy. It says Revival generates a vast possibility space for you to play around with, from sudden weather changes to zombie infestations and bans on certain weapon types. You'll need to adapt to new conditions with the help of the nuanced INDIKA system that allows you to terraform the planet and fine-tune the game rules. Really interesting art style with this one. If I hadn't known better, I would have sworn it was based on a board game, a physical board game, just the way that the game lays out. Certainly has that look to it, but I did look into it and apparently not. £26.99 for this one, but you can get 15% off that price up until launch day, which is the 20th of November. And the final game for the week then, we have Terrifier, the ARTcade game, a new beat 'em up based of course on the Terrifier films with Art the Clown, and it promises a bloody retro style beat 'em up packed with frantic action, lots of fun and plenty of references to the Terrifier franchise. It says become Art the Clown, the sinister and unpredictable villain from the Terrifier series, as you unleash chaos across a variety of locations. Each stage is a movie set where a film about art is being produced, but you are here to disrupt the show. You can play with up to 4 players in local co-op, working together or against each other in various game modes. There are a number of weapons at your disposal, as I'm sure you would expect, and it promises diverse stages and boss battles. It has a chip-tuned soundtrack and over-the-top attacks and finishes, as well as multiple game modes, 6 to be precise. As much as I love horror, Art the Clown is a character that's not really done it for me, I must say. I know he's become very popular since the Terrifier films have released. There was a film that he was in before Terrifier, wasn't there? I forget the name of it now. It was a VHS tape was found by some kids and they were watching his segments, and he was in one of the small segments in that film. I would love to see them do something like this for my sort of horror characters from back in the day. Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger certainly needs a bit of a revival, I think. But if you are into the Terrifier films or like the look of this one, it's out on the 21st for £17.99. You can get 10% off of that price up until the 28th of November. And it's another game that has a demo should you wish to try it first. So there you have it, there's another week of Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 releases. Will you be picking any of these games up? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget, we have a second channel these days, SwitchUp Extra, if you want to give that a watch. We have longer form videos on there, initial impressions of games. We basically sit and play a good half an hour's worth of a game and just have a chat as we're doing so. Hyrule Warriors co-op mode was our most recent video over there. I'll put a card to that in the top right hand corner. If you're looking for eShop credit, you can use our website, switchup.gg, to get 5% of your purchase price back as cash back. And there's a link down there to Play Asia if you want to import any games. And again, using our link and code will save you some money there. Thank you to our patrons and our channel members for your continued support, and to each and every one of you for watching our videos. Take care, and until next time, happy gaming.